Let me explain something that can happen socially to anybody. You see, envy, and when we talk about social environments changing, you see, if you're creative, what's going to happen is that you're going to ongoingly violate the norms of all social groups. You see, what there is to understand is that these attacks or these emotions that people project, like how many of you have lost friends when you started a business, or you started to learn and grow, and then you started to find that your ideas were suddenly being challenged even by the people that you support and help? And that you find that for some unknown reason, people that you really care about and that care about you start having a love hate relationship with you. They start challenging your ideas or gossiping, or things that you're doing, you get wind that people are teasing, taunting, negating, or just wishing that, you fail. You see, I've been dealing with this kind of stuff so much that right now, even in the face of challenges and stuff, I have a profound aversion to working with other people until I can find people that don't do that. Now, that's a tall order for me because I've never had a single friend group, job, social environment, and even here with my experience at TikTok, where something that started off extraordinary went terribly bad, and it wasn't because I changed. I needed to go through this last round of betrayal and setback, even with my TikTok account, to learn a new lesson. And what the lesson is that I'm coming very, very clear with is that when I make friends, for example, let's say car buddies, I'll be doing stuff with them like building a car, and it'll be their car, and it'll be really exciting for me. But as we get through this thing, and I've built an engine with them and set up a turbo and fuel system, I'm noticing that the friends in the group are becoming more arbitrarily opposed to me and even arguing with me about things that I understand really well. But you see, I'll tell you something about me. I did not know that they did not understand these things. You see, I project myself and I see people the way that I see myself. That if I'm talking to you and explaining something, I experience that you see what I'm talking about, especially if you're agreeable. But you see, consider they don't see exactly what I'm talking about. They see the social side of it, they see the enthusiasm, they're analyzing the benefit to themselves. And so the enthusiasm that many people show around me is not necessarily contained within the ideas, the architecture, the design, the object, the supercharger, the turbocharged car we're putting together. It's the social, it's the other things. It's what they want, and why they want it is very different than me. Now, I can go into businesses and I would suddenly just see the world of opportunity there. It would be like a kid in Candyland. Oh my God, a dyno over there. Oh my God, look at all this equipment. Oh, a CNC thing. Good, we can make anything. And I'm getting aerospace guys, I'm writing magazine articles. Like, if you put me into any environment, this creative process is automatic. It's involuntary and it's expansive. And it always causes the same problem because it happens rapidly, and the enthusiasm for what I see can be initially met with great excitement, but I don't think in any semblance of a hierarchy. And so, you know, society, businesses, and social groups are like established on a pecking order, And anything I do, would challenge because, I go into mortgages and I start automatically memorizing guidelines. I start studying the mortgage backed security market. I look at the whole history. I literally will memorize the guidelines of all the banks and make spreadsheets and calculations and watch moving averages of treasury notes and mortgage backed bonds. And, this is natural. But you see, suddenly, this person that helped all these people in the office make more money by telling them to switch a loan program based on some glitch I found, in the pricing engines, you know, they start to oppose your success. That you start getting beyond the boundaries of whatever it is that people believe you to be. And I don't live in a world where people are fixed and rigid. I live in a world where the moment I start doing something new, I start to experience a rapid proliferation of understanding and learning. That I taught myself auto mechanics. I bought my first ratchet set. And now I'm sitting here at home with a 2,000 horsepower car I built myself in the garage that has technology that's never been seen. The first oiling system that works in tandem with a wet sump system that prevents engine wear by priming the engine to full operating oil pressure and regulates the oil pressure and works in tandem with the mechanical pump. And I could put a reduced volume mechanical pump in low viscosity oil to actually free up horsepower, but also create a system that would be cavitation proof and take out the number one cause of all engine wear, and that's dry starting in the morning and oil starvation. And my oiling system would prevent the vast majority of all engine failures in all forms of motorsports, but also make any passenger vehicle or commercial vehicle last a significantly longer time because it would never have any metal on metal contact. I also cryogenically treated the whole engine, piston rings included, and micro polished it to prevent wear. And then I invented a cooling system on my 2,000 horsepower car that uses refrigerant for fluid heat extraction from all the fluids, as well as an air to water intercooler. And I have a car that I could let my mother drive, and it makes 2,000 horsepower. And it's also a green vehicle running on green energy. I could put vegetable oil in the crankcase, for example. Or, if I was able to continue, I have alarm system ideas, hybrid drive system ideas. I have many different things that have significant social relevance that I'm passionate about, and superchargers I designed. Well, how do I explain to somebody that no, I'm not arrogant? I have a supercharger in my brain. And I look at things and I don't reverse engineer them. I reverse engineer the engineering, and I see within the mind of the engineer. When I talk to an executive at a business, when he talks, I see the market from his point of view. If I talk to the marketing director at a company, I will understand their market, I'll understand their customer. If I talk to an engineer, I will understand even the boundaries and the context that I could see consistently displayed within their designs. And I could even correlate that to the overall context and position in the market of these companies. And then I can use that to find a niche. And then I can form a supercharger based solely upon physics with no attachment. And it supercharger could take me a few minutes in my mind. I just have ideas, but the ideas are not just random words. And they certainly aren't assertions that are meant to make me look better. But you see, I didn't understand that. You see, I would get challenged and everything, and then I built a 2,000 horsepower engine, and suddenly the hate changed. It was like they saw that I could do it, and then they started acting like they respected me. But I live in this world where I realized I needed to prove myself to everybody because people pleasers and narcissists are the same to me. Because they all live in a subjective reality and they're all in comfort zones and they're all threatened by the advancement. And so people that put themselves into a comfort zone, you break their comfort zone because they put you within it. You see, their comfort zone includes them subordinating you. And then when you break out, you cause them to get anxiety and fears of failure.